I'm sorry, friend, but your flight has been delayed. For the past 2 years on this channel, I've reviewed a cozy cat game at the beginning of the year. Well, that tradition is, so to speak, going to the dogs. An Airport for Aliens currently run by dogs is a surreal comedy adventure airport simulator, where you travel around from place to place, talk to NPCs that are just stock photos of precious dogs, do some side quests, and chat with the protagonist's fiancé. All in a fun and bizarre world where you are the last 2 humans to exist. Aliens once controlled these airports, and, as the title implies, is currently being run by dogs. The player can freely explore around their environment, interact with ticket booths, shops, pedestrians, and any other objects that they may come across, all at their leisure. Also, yes, you can in fact pet the dogs. At the shops, the dogs will provide the player with a variety of items, whether it's boots, tennis balls, squeaky meat toys, or the latest Mothman album. And you can obtain as many of these items as you want. A lot of these items can also provide the player with a variety of uses, such as jumping high with the umbrella, or running incredibly fast by drinking a Scarlet Bovine soda. Fortunately, the player has an infinite inventory, so they can just store as many items as they wish to. Just, be prepared to, when looking around for your desired item. There are 5 airports in the game, and the player is free to access any of them at any time. In order to do so, they'll need to pick up a ticket of their desired destination from the ticket booth and find the appropriate gate by observing the flight time and signs. In order to board a flight, they'll need to meet 2 prerequisites: the correct ticket itself, along with bringing a random item to the second dog. Since you have an unlimited inventory, you really don't need to worry about this too much. Just make sure you have 1 or 2 copies of every item. The player will have to board their flight 90 minutes before it takes off. Odds are you will most likely find the gate ahead of time, but in order to speed time, you can either wait in a time-altering booth, drink a lethal amount of coffee, sleep with a bed, or if you want that true excruciating airport experience, wait it out in real time. One critique is that some of the airports will only have 2 or 3 destinations, meaning that you'll have to first fly to one location in order to get to another, which can get really tedious. Though, I guess even in this interdimensional alien airport simulator, layover flights are still a thing. You'll get to meet and chat with a handful of silly dogs on each flight. Most of the conversations are all just hilariously awkward. There are also a few NPCs that will provide the player with fetch quests. I am so sorry. But they will ask the player to bring them rare items in exchange for newer items, which could then be used for other side quests. These doggos will also be added to the player's pupper decks, providing just a little bit of extra goofy lore. An Airport for Aliens currently run by dogs is a very casual game and not a difficult one by any means. Depending on how invested you are on the side content or the main story, it could take you anywhere between 3 to 8 hours to finish the game. The writing here is just really charming and silly. I love all the dogs you interact with, and this game had me cracking up numerous of times during my playthrough. If you love goofy, nonsensical, absurd humor, this game's got you covered. Though I must admit that the novelty does start to wear off after a while, as dogs will start to repeat their dialogues. But what was really surprising was just how much I adored the player's interactions with Krista, the protagonist's fiancée. Krista is working with a team on a huge scientific breakthrough, but because of her job, she doesn't get to spend much time with her partner. Each time you meet up and speak to her, she gives little tidbits about how her work is going, and asks how the player is doing. And in a world full of silly dogs, their interactions just feel really human. I love how playful, sincere, and supportive they both are with one another, learning about their struggles, but how they maintain a healthy long-distance relationship. I became emotionally invested in this aspect of the game, and I really needed to know how things would work out. And I actually got kind of choked up at the end, I'm not gonna lie. Under the surface of what is basically a meme game, this is the strongest element, and it really made me feel something. The presentation is also great. Obviously, the stock photos of the adorable dogs is the most notable feature here. The unconventionalness to them just makes this title stand out from most games. But I also really admire the atmosphere each airport provides. All 5 of them feel distinct from one another and have their own theme, colors, and landmarks. The texture work is fairly simple, and the meshes have this geometrical look to them. While nothing super impressive, I do think it's very stylized. I think my only real complaint here is that I do think the airports are perhaps just a little too big for their own good, making navigation a bit of a disorienting hurdle. It also doesn't help that all the signs are written in an alien language. The visual presentation and sense of humor of this game really just reminds me a lot of jazz punk. The music is also very chill, upbeat, and calming. It's never up in front of your face or to the point of annoyance, which makes walking and waiting around these airports feel very cozy. The sound effects, like the visuals, are also just as playfully goofy and fun. The game was developed by Strange Scaffold and was directed by Xavier Nelson Jr. Other works Nelson and his company have produced include El Paso Nightmare, Space Warlord Organ Trading Simulator, Purgatory Dungeoneer, and Witch Standings, with upcoming games including El Paso Elsewhere and Sunshine Shuffle. The duality of the art styles from the studio is it's quite something, let me tell you. Nelson has also worked on a handful of other titles, including Hypnospace Outlaw, Skatebird, as well as a writer for the upcoming Stranger Things VR game. An airport for aliens currently run by dogs is absolutely bonkers. There's no other more accurate word to describe this, and I had a great time streaming this silly little game. But there's more to this than just the laughs. There's a lot of heart put alongside the goofy presentation that I truly feel makes this game more worth your time. I'd recommend against the game if you're not a fan of simulators, not one for meme and absurd humor, or if you just don't like dogs. And in that case, why are you even here? An airport for aliens currently run by dogs is available on Steam, itch.io, Nintendo Switch, and Xbox One, and I would encourage you all to check it out. If you made it to the end of this video, thank you so much for watching. I truly appreciate your viewership and your support. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to leave me a like and subscribe if you're new. Yes, the stock photo is staying for the rest of this video. A couple of things I want to plug in real quick. I have my Twitch at twitch.tv/afoxontheinternet. This was a lot of fun to stream. I've been trying to stream a little bit more often. I like streaming on Twitch. If you want to see more of me, there you go. I have my Twitter at afoxbtweeting. I have my Discord server where I'm a little bit more active in terms of my community. I would love to have you if that's something you're interested in joining. I have my VOD channel where you can watch my whole playthrough of this game. I have my second channel as well. Not much going on there, to be honest. But yeah, so much for starting the year on a Cozy Cat game because A, it's February. I already missed the first month of the year. B, we got doggos now. So, Cozy Cat or Dog game for 2024. Mystery. But for real, I had a much larger video planned for January that I'm still working on. I wanted to have that done last month, but life is currently kind of hectic for me right now, unfortunately. So that's going to be put on the backlog of things I need to do. So I wanted to have something out now. Other things real quick. I am officially a YouTube partner. So that's cool. Almost at 2,000 subs as well. I really want to thank everybody so much who has enjoyed my content, who has liked my stuff, who's watched my stuff, who shared my stuff. Seriously, thank you all so much. I truly appreciate it. I hope I can continue to entertain you guys with my silly nonsense and my reviews. I love doing this, so if you enjoy it, that makes it even all more worth it. Anyway, I don't have anything else to add, but yeah, I hope to see you in the next one. All right, everybody, stay safe and take care.